Hey everyone, Andre here with a quick and casual update about Super Nintendo World as it's being built at Universal Studios Japan. Because I came across a tweet from @WRXVABC on Twitter that managed to take a few pictures of the park under construction itself, and it seems to show it being in a nearly final state. So I thought it'd be fun for us to take a look at these pictures ourselves. We got permission from them to show them off, and yeah, just take a closer look at how this park is coming along. Because even though it was announced as being open originally by the time of the Summer Olympic Games, that of course might have changed now given the fact that there's a worldwide pandemic, but even during this, the park has continued to be under construction, and yeah, let's take a look at it. So there are 4 pictures here. All are from taken pretty far away, but they're still pretty informative, and we can see a good amount of detail in them. So if we zoom in here, first of all, we can see the actual entrance to the park, which is right here. You can see the warp pipe as well as the Super Nintendo World sign, and as it turns out, that actually matches the very beginning that we saw, or the opening of the initial reveal trailer. So if I play from right here, we can see Mario running through a pipe as he emerges into the park itself by Peach's Castle. And sure enough, we can see Peach's Castle right behind it, which we'll get a better look at in a few other screenshots. But one of the main takeaways I had here is just how fleshed out this land looks. Look at the rolling hills. And these were again shown off in the initial trailer, but I didn't understand the kind of the scope and scale of them until we see it here in action. Those just look beautiful, and they'll really go a long ways, I think, in making this feel like a more immersive place and far broader than even what the actual footprint of the land itself may be. So that'll look really cool from when you're within the park. And we can kind of see how it is situated at the back of the park, essentially right here. And again, we'll see more of that later on. We can see Harry Potter, for instance, on the right. Then we go to the left here, and we start moving toward the left. Because we'll be entering again by Peach's Castle, which is we can see on toward the side of the park, and we can see some of the desert hills over here, which we'll get a better angle at soon. But on the left, we can see the mountain range, which is where the Yoshi attraction will be. We can see the clouds at the very top that will move back and forth along the track to give it some kinetic energy. The same might apply to these creatures here, some of the enemies. We can see Goombas and Koopa Troopas here. I don't know to what extent they'll be moving, if at all, but we can at least see them. They are present, and that will, again, just make the park feel more alive. To the left, we have Bowser's Castle, which is looking pretty good so far, right next to a snow-ice region. So that's most of the detail we can see from this first shot. But we move on to shot number 2. We can see something a little bit clearer. So, first of all, we can see the castle once again from a different perspective. And we can see even more of the desert, which is over here. So these are like the sand dunes. As far as we can tell, they're not a huge part of the land. They seem to be more of a background detail. But it is cool that they're there. We can see what I think is a prawn plant right up in front. And let's see. And we can see also the Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle right here, which we get another look at in this next picture. Again, I think it's just on the right, next to the pyramids. If we zoom in through what appears to be a fence, we get a better look at some of the things we've already seen, but from a different angle. Again, here's a castle, which is a facade for this giant show building behind it, which is where the Mario Kart attraction is going to be, by the way, in case you haven't caught on from all of our previous coverage of this park. So yeah, that facade covers just a massive show building, which is really neat. That's just going to be a massive ride, it feels like. It should be a ton of fun. I can't wait myself. We can see the thwomp in front, or a thwomp in front of the mountain there. We can see how tall these trees look to be. So again, this just seems to be a really detailed world, like as if you were actually in, thrown into a Nintendo game, thrown into a Mario game, which is so exciting. If we move on to the final area, the final screenshot rather, final picture, we can once again get the best look of Hogwarts Castle yet, showing just how close it is. So I am hoping that view will be disguised when you're in the land. That might be part of the reason why these the walls here are, for one, so close to you seemingly, and also so high, as high up as they are. That should hopefully disguise the castle, but I don't know if it'll fully do it. We'll have to see. Especially once you venture further out this way, like once you get deeper into the park. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to see the castle. There might have been no way to really hide that, so... But again, it's hard for me to say for sure how much of this is perspective too, so maybe it'll work better in real life than it does, than it seems to in this picture. It could be the lens throwing off the scale of everything. This also seems to be, I think, the Harry Potter ride building, which the castle itself acts as a facade to, much like Bowser's Castle does over here. So yeah, I'm really hoping that'll be kind of covered up in the final park, but it's hard to tell for sure how much of a distraction it might be. Otherwise, we can see the desert hills here, desert sand dunes, I should say, or pyramids, whatever they're fully going after. And then, yeah, we can see some yellow and red bricks over here. And again, another look at the mountain in the back with the flagpole on top, with the moving cloud platforms in front. So yeah, I thought this would be a fun look to see how it's coming along. It looks to be, at least from the exterior, it looks to be nearly finished. I'm sure they're just putting the finishing touches on it, because again, it was supposed to be opening up originally pretty soon. As far as we know, it may still be. They haven't adjusted the opening time date officially yet, but again, it was always summer, kind of like a vague summer date. So they still have several months if they want to, without officially pushing it back. But we don't fully know how things are going to unfold here. But yeah, there you go. Just a quick look at again how this park is coming along, and I, for one, can't be more excited. This is just looking great so far, and whenever it opens, you can count on us hopefully being there. I got experiences in person. I can't wait myself. So what do you guys think so far of the development of Super Nintendo World? And let me, as I close out, let me just put up the final, or the initial trailer, and you can see just how close they came to achieving that vision. I mean, it looks to be pretty much one-to-one from what, based on this initial reveal trailer years ago, which is super impressive. So yeah, I can't wait myself to visit in person and provide coverage of it once it actually opens. So yeah, once again, what do you guys think? Let us know by posting in the comments below. And with that, we will catch you later. Bye everyone.